ended up with 44 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance, Clark. He was at his absolute best in this game.
Yeah, and the only thing about having a game like that, Kevin, is that it's almost impossible to duplicate it here tonight.
Well, nobody's expecting that, Clark, and they don't need him to do that. If he's even half as good as he was that night, it should be enough.
Curry kicks to lead. Got a piece of it, and so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Out of bounds. Still going to take one. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 5.
Shot from the inbound. Rebounded by Hood. The Jazz have gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor.
The three-pointer has been his best weapon here today, no question.
The D has been all mixed up, confused, bamboozled, allowing him way too much space.
Now here's Iguodala. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Back to Bogut. Just 5 to shoot. Drills the baseline jumper. Here's Carroll, and he has 28 points for the game. .106 left in the first half, and Hayward gets it to go.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Warriors have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Green with a screen for Lee. And Andrew Bogut the bucket on the assist from David Lee. Bogut's got 5.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And Iguodala comes to help. Hayward passes to Cantor. Shot on the wing. Again, the Jazz score.
Really did a nice job recognizing the mismatch that he had and immediately cashing in with that mid-range jumper.
Curry kicks to Lee. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Pass to Bogut. 6 to shoot. Outside Curry. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
Utah ball.
I like that shooting.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Jazz just dominating this one. And now we'll send it down to Dort.
Guys, I'm here with Steph Curry.
Okay, fellas, way to come out with a real sense of urgency, rising to the occasion. I like what I'm seeing. With our defense, we have torn them up. I'm not sure they're going to come out for the second half. When we play deep with this much grit, it is no fun to take us on. I do like that we limited our turnovers. We weren't careless with the ball or making unforced errors, so kudos for that. And we've got the opportunity for some easy inside baskets if we can just get the ball in there. That's the challenge, and that's what I want us doing, feeding the post. We've got a very...
The Western Conference semifinals. Slim having a dominant impact in this game.
Well, his ability to disrupt passes and get a hand on the ball, force a turnover, make a steal, it's been really impressive.
When he defends you, he basically forces you to play perfect. Any lapse of concentration, and he'll pick your pocket.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's Lee and Bogut inside, Curry and Thompson, the splash who's in the backcourt, and it's Green in at the small forward.
That's been a great day for him, and if you remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
Lee sets a screen for Curry. Knocked loose. Here's Carroll. He has 31. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Carroll's got 33.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Thompson dishes to Green. Pass to Curry. And again, Utah running the court in transition. Here's Carroll. And Utah again with the bucket.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
The Warriors shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Here's Lee, back to Curry. On the wing, Green. Fast break, here come the Jazz. Carroll's running, got that one up quick. Carroll's got 9 points here in the second half.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
They double-team Curry. Shot to stop the run. No good from Lee.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
Thompson passes to Curry. Oh, and here it comes Carroll all alone.
Oh, man, what a play.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Boy, you can feel the confidence growing right now for this club at the offensive end.
Really an ideal time to have one of these runs after halftime, but before crunch time. They're setting themselves up for a great fourth quarter.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Shot clock at 6. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Both teams will make substitutions.
Nice shooting.
.105 left in the third quarter of the game. Burke kicks to Hood. And Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got 8 points.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is having a tough time.
Here's Curry. Iguodala outside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
Where was it?
Slimmy's checked in for Hood. Then for the Warriors, Bazili's checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for David Lee. Robinson is subbed in for Curry.
Wow, they are just red hot, guys, not missing a thing.
Sometimes you see a player get on a tear like this, Steve, but never an entire team.
Barnes dishes to Robinson. Wow, way off on that one.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Jazz opening up a huge gap. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City.
Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinals. The Utah Jazz hit the road to battle it out with the Golden State Warriors next Sunday, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
And we welcome you back to our presentation of Game 1. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it had to be this play, don't you think, Kevin?
Sure.
This is just a phenomenal pass. Made the defense look like they had no idea what was going on.
Precision with that pass.
Beautiful.
Carroll, he's in at point guard. Also, Ian Clark out there. Gobert is out there with Steve Novak. And it's Hayward in at the power forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
And Slim picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. And Utah making a change here. Barnes with it. Just 5 to shoot. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
And again it will drop. Another make there from Carroll. Carroll's got 48.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Rush the pass to Robinson. Rejected by Carroll. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Derek Favors checked in for the Jazz. Hood comes in for Burks. And Golden State also making a change. Gooden's checked in. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Utah ball. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 6.
And the Jazz with possession here. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And Carroll gets it to go.
You know, from that in-between range, they've actually been the much hotter team.
Well, when you make perimeter shots and knock down those jumpers, it opens up everything else.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Fires from deep. And Utah, another three.
He's performing at such a high level, and that's why they're in the lead right now.
In the corner, it's Robinson. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
And Utah has possession. Outside Carroll. That drops. Carroll's got 56 points in the game.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Kuzmic kicks to Gooden. They get a hand on it. Oh, and here comes Carroll all alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities, that's what it's all about.
That's his 4th personal foul.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Jazz.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And the other thing they're doing is they're forcing turnovers and then converting those miscues into points at the other end.
The Jazz making a switch.
Ridiculous. Tore it down that time. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this run going much longer.
I tell you what, Steve, it's already lasted longer than I thought possible.
And Carroll gets it to go.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
And Slim picks up the foul. That's his 5th foul.
That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. And Golden State also making a change. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Brandon Rush. Here's Carroll, guarded by Robinson. Over to the left wing. Hood, the pass to Carroll. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good by Clark.
It's going to be a tremendous boost for these guys as this game winds down here and what will be a win here in game 1 of the series for the Jazz.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Slim. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything, really, to stop it.
Goes up.
What throw down there, man!
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
Iguodala dishes to Robinson. Iguodala kicks to Gooden, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Well, for the Jazz, they can just run out the clock. Here's Carroll. From deep. No good. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was.